Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This is my second video on the Sandra Bland ordeal. Today we get the details of this 52-minute video and it being full of glitches. And there's some significant racial coding behind the word glitch, which we'll get to. I talked about that same number a lot in the first video. But what I want you to notice is it's a 52-minute video, and the date of her arrest was July 10th, 2015. In numerology, 7 plus 10 plus 20 plus 15 equals 52. The date has a numerology connection to 52. And adding insult to injury, the BBC has made this video showing the glitch that runs 1 minute 44 seconds, a lot like 144. At the beginning of the year, I said watch for the numbers 52 and 144 this year. They're coding them together. There's some significance to it. And here we even find it in this racially coded story. There was also just the 144th British Open, and the winner was Zach Johnson, someone with a name gematria of 52. It was Super Bowl 49 where I first noticed that 52 and 144 was really big, and it was from there that I made the prediction to watch for these numbers being coded together this year. And the reason this is all so is because the same people who run our sports leagues are the same people who run our media, and in the Bible, in Revelation, these people are referred to as the synagogue of Satan. And notice in Gematria, the synagogue of Satan sums to 223. These are the people who run our media, such as the BBC. B's the second letter, C's the third. BBC is 223. Let's watch this video, then we'll get into the rest of the coding. Remember that your news is called programming as you watch this. Today I listened to talk radio, and so many people are getting more and more heated about this. People's emotions are really coming to a head, and this programming is leading us up to what the pinnacle of these racial division stories will be, which I think is the assassination of Barack Hussein Obama. I'm pretty sure he will fake his death, but that's where all these fake news stories are going. If you doubt that, stay tuned. We'll get more to it.
I'm going to yank you out of here. Okay, you going to yank me out of my car?
5 minutes into the encounter, and a fairly routine Texas traffic stop suddenly explodes.
Get out of the car.
Don't touch me. I'm not under arrest. You don't have the right to touch me.
You are under arrest.
I'm under
The traffic cop, who's been polite enough up to now, demands that Sandra Bland put out her cigarette and get out of her car. He uses force and even threatens to taser her.
I said get out of the car.
Why am I being apprehended? You
I'm
just
giving
opened
you a
my car
lawful order.
door. You just
I'm
opened
going to
my car
drag you
door.
out of here.
So you threatening to drag me out of my own car?
Get out of the car.
And then you
I
gonna
will
sue
light
me?
you up. Get out.
Wow.
Now.
Remember that phrase, I will light you up? CNN was having a field day with that story. That phrase connects to Barack Hussein Obama and more. We will get into it.
Wow.
Get out of the car.
For a failure to signal. You doing all of this for a
Get
failure?
over there.
Miss Bland is already frustrated by what she sees as an unreasonable stop. Now she, too, completely loses control.
Because you just pulled me out of my car.
Turn around.
Are you kidding me? This is some
Your hands behind your back.
Because you know this is a straight and you full of this make you feel real good, don't it? A female for a traffic signal.
I got it.
For a traffic signal. I know that make you feel good, officer. I ain't seen it.
Take care of
I
yourself.
know it make you feel real good. You're a real man now. You just slam me, knock my head in the ground. I got epilepsy. You
Good.
I hope I
Good.
Good. You should have thought about that before
Okay.
you start resisting. All right.
A little later, an increasingly hysterical Miss Bland has been subdued off camera. But now, look, a strange loop in the recording. The tow truck operator getting out of his truck twice. One of several odd moments that have people wondering if the recording has been doctored. The authorities say they're just glitches and that nothing has been edited.
So think about that, True Seeker. They're putting out in the mainstream, and that's not the only glitch. There's longer versions. Other news stations did more coverage on this. There's a few glitches in the video. But they're saying that it's no big deal. They're just mistakes. But think about this. This is all part of the psychological programming. Not only are they hitting us with the racial division, they're also giving us stories and introducing the fact that this footage, it can just have random glitches in it. It's no big deal. This is all programming for the future stories they're going to bring on us. You know what I mean? Nonsensical stuff, video glitches, details that don't add up. The stories are becoming more and more this way with each passing day. And people are, they're just accepting it. They're just accepting this more nonsensical news by the day. I mean, just think about the rest of this story. Woman arrested for not signaling, for not putting out her cigarette, and then dies in her jail cell. The story's just crazy, absurd. That's the end of the minute 44-second clip. I was listening to people call in to talk radio today and talk about how, they truly don't feel safe in their own town because they think this might happen to them. The people who are not awake to the fact that the news is fake are being terrified by this news. They don't know what to make of it. They don't understand why they're being bombarded with it. Somebody has to reach these people. Help them see what's being done. As for the use of that word glitch, it has gematria of 59, the number coded all over black Americans throughout history. They were running with this headline yesterday: Trooper, I will light you up, as he just said in the video to Sandy Bland. Remember, the name Sandy Bland has that gematria of 33 like race war. Anyway, I will light you up sums to 84, and the word trooper has gematria of 44. Obama is the 44th president. Obama in Jewish gematria sums to 84. His birthday's August 4th, 84. And as I've been saying throughout the year, all these stories have all this coding that always brings us back to Barack Hussein Obama. We are being programmed, prepped for what all these fake stories are coming to. It will be the assassination of the 44th president. The first president to ever die in office was the 9th president, William Henry Harrison. He died on April 4th. The last president to die in office was the 8th president to die in office. The next will be the 9th president to die in office. The 8th president to die in office was John F. Kennedy, named gematria of 59. He was the 44th term president. Obama's the 44th president. Look at this, Truth Seeker. The word kill has simple English gematria of 44, Jewish gematria of 59. John F. Kennedy equaled 59. He was the 44th term president. 5 years after his assassination, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated April 4th, 1968. 4-4. If you write out 44, it sums to 144, this number being coded a lot. That video we just watched was 1 minute 44 seconds, 144. If you write out April 4th and sum it in gematria, it also sums to 144, showing you just how important these numbers are, how much they're coded into our language, into our calendar. And here we find in this headline of Sandy Bland, said to be 28 years old. Another one of these important numbers. In the story, the man who was arresting her is named Texas State Trooper Brian Encinia, having name gematria of 133. We could see in the video he was a very angry person. They used the word anger a lot in reporting on him. Anger over Sandra Bland's death. This is what programming is. His anger in this made-for-TV hoax becomes the real anger of tens of millions of Americans around the nation who are duped by this story. And notice how anger has Jewish gematria of 133, just like his name gematria. The word temptation also has 133. And there's a lot of temptation here in this story for multiple reasons. Other coding within the headlines that was interesting: why is Sandra dead, or why is Sandra Bland dead, sums to 188, and Pythagorean 80 and 98. In that recent Philadelphia train crash, the train was said to be number 188, and 98 was coded all over that. Same thing in this headline. All these stories are a connected web. They're all taking us to a head. It's a train car of false stories. And the people who make these stories are laughing at us. Let's listen to supposedly the sister of Sandra Bland. Watch how this woman has no emotion. And look at what time they put her on at, with 59 minutes up.
From the petty charge to... I just would like to address the question. In looking at the video, I've seen the video in its entirety. Sandy was pulled over for failure to indicate a proper lane change. And in looking at that, as her sister, I simply feel like the officer was picking on her. Point blank, period. And I personally think that is petty. I'm infuriated, and everybody else should be infuriated as well. From the petty charge to the officer asking her, let's be clear, he asked her, can you put your cigarette out for me, please? That's not an instruction. That's not a summons. That's an ask. He asked her, and she simply responded, no, I don't have to put my cigarette out. I'm in my own car. Quite frankly, I'm disgusted that we're even having a discussion about an autopsy, because she was pulled over for something so insignificant, and because of an officer who felt like maybe his ego was bruised and got in the way. Not once did he ever say he felt threatened. But when you tell me that you're going to light me up, I feel extremely threatened and concerned, and I'm not going to get out of my car.
See, all this stuff is just high drama, Truth Seeker, and it's all coded. The name Sharon Cooper has gematria of 66. Very important number. If you write out 33 and sum it, it sums to 66. Of course, the name Sandy Bland is 33. And look at where her coordinates are. Lizzle, Illinois. I don't know how you say it, honestly. Weird name. But the name gematria of the location is also 66, and with the S exceptions, 84. Like the phrase she brought up at the end. I will light you up, as the officer said. A really ridiculous thing to say in a ridiculous, sensational story. So that's pretty much the message, Truth Seeker. This is real programming. Not only is it what we see and hear, it's also the numbers coded behind all of this. And the reason as to why the media does it, there's many possible explanations, but there's no doubt that they do this. The pattern is relentless. And yet another glitch. Remember, we just had the Wall Street crash by the numbers, and they blamed it on a glitch. Glitches. Introducing glitches within the hoaxes. So don't be fooled, Truth Seeker. If you're somebody out there who just found this video channel for the first time and you're doubting all this information, please take the time to watch my other videos. The numbers within this story are nothing new. These are the same numbers coded on all of the racial division stories, from Rodney King to Trayvon Martin to Sean Bell to Freddie Gray to Michael Brown to all the rest of them. All these stories coded by the same individuals who want nothing but to divide us, to conquer us, to keep us enslaved, and fighting amongst ourselves instead of going after who we should be going after. And any police officer who might see these videos, you guys all need to resign. There is no reason to work for the police department. All they do is uphold these unjust laws anyway. You know? I'm no fan of the police. I recognize this is all a hoax meant to divide us, but the police, they are a real problem. My real life story of what just happened to me with the police is even worse than this. It should be the real national news story. I got the best real police injustice story. It's almost as bad as this Sandy Bland, but it's a hoax. Don't be deceived, Truth Seeker. Until next time.